to put emphasis, to reawaken and reinforce the recognition of who the real enemy and who the real devil is. But they say don't talk about that. Don't put no emphasis on that under the red, black, and green flag. That's heavy. So now I come to make the red, black, and green flag a representative of the freedom of speech of the black man, of the real black man. I grant black people as the president and king and executive officer of the universe. I grant black people under the red, black, and green flag the freedom of speech against these crackers and these devils. I grant them the freedom of speech. So if you was whispering and concerned about the devil and concerned if the devil was hearing you or if you have the right to say this or that about the white man, I personally, as the supreme architect and the manifestation of the true and living black God, I grant you the freedom and the right and the permission with the authority that is inside yourself to speak out against this goddamn devil. You have the freedom of speech today. Speak out under the red, black, and green flag. To speak out against the white man. To speak out against his government, his capitalism, his colonialism, his imperialism, his plot to destroy black people and feed off of them and to suck off of them. I grant you the freedom of speech under the red, black, and green flag to speak under him, to speak against that. But it's just like this American flag, this American country. You got to fight for that freedom. And you have to fight to maintain that freedom continues. Because they have the freedom of speech because they know that your freedom is contingent upon the ability to speak. Your freedom is contingent on your freedom to speak. And once your freedom of speech is limited, you don't have no damn freedom. Because you don't even have the freedom to talk, less than build, create, or manifest. That's a fact. So now we are willing to speak against our enemy. They said we should only focus on the problems that exist within our community. But how do you focus on those problems without looking at the nature and root of them? Because if you only focus at the problems where they are, it's just symptoms. This nigga did this to me, let me go kill him. That's symptomatic of a greater problem. A greater problem. You have black people that are building something in their own community, establishing something. Put their energy to manifesting something so that black people can have free clothing, free housing, and free shelter. Put their energy to manifesting that. Then you have devils that run up in houses and shoot little girls. But you find the people that are about black power, they're attacked. They're in warfare with people under the red, black, and green flag, supposedly. But these devils that kill little black babies, nothing happens to them. But when it comes to our own, we're tough. We're tough at reinforcing the Willie Lynch. We're tough at enforcing the Negro codes in 2010. We're tough at this. We're tough at making sure that no black people really have no real power. We become tough at that. We can police a nigga coming up. We can police that. We got armies for a nigga coming up. We got strategies to pull a nigga down. Years of techniques and methodologies of pulling people down. Now this takes me into another point. I always talk about nation building. But you can build a Mexican nation, a white nation, a Zulu nation, a 5% nation. There's a whole bunch of different type of nations out there. Gang nations. This and that type of a nation. So I'm taking the emphasis off nation building. Because that's abstract. Because anybody can set up a nation. This or that type of nation. The Europeans have a nation.